and what are you doing in Lamu? Because it is deemed, Madam Speaker, that Mudhonis are not supposed to be in Lamu. Madam Speaker, I was elected alongside 11 other members of parliament on an independent ticket. The Honorable Rahim of North Imenti, a constituency that is predominantly Meru community and Christian. The Honorable Shakil Shabir of Kisumu East, a constituency that is predominantly Luo community and Christian. My colleagues are Kenyan of Indian origin and Islam faith. Madam Speaker, nobody questions what they are doing in Kisumu and Meru respectively. Madam Speaker, I do often ask myself, is it the case of the animal farm where all animals are equal and others are more equal, or is a conspiracy of Tafet for Mudhoni? Madam Speaker, in an ideal country, nobody should question what religion or tribe I come from. But my identity has been questioned, Madam Speaker, and I have sought to understand why don't I have the right to become like you, Madam Speaker, or the Honorable Junet, or the Honorable Rahim, or any other member that I can represent my county or my constituency without being put into questions. Madam Speaker, the original idea to have the Kikuyu settled in Lamu was born from a report by the then Director for Agriculture, the Lord Swinnerton, in a report of 1954, where the colonial government intended to improve agriculture in the country. They had resolved to put up settlement scheme, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, because I have mentioned that I'm a student of history, during this time, the Mau Mau detainees in Lamu Island, Manda Island, it was decided by the colonial masters that they shouldn't return them into where they had come from, but put them into Lamu so that they do not disturb the government or the colonial masters and their interest as they got back into the country. Additionally, Madam Speaker, as I've mentioned, I'm a student of history, and I also understand, like as the injustices were happening in Lamu, they were also happening across the country. The people where my ancestors come from were also dealt with the same fate, where their ancestral lands were taken by the colonial master and later by individuals who happened to be in government. Madam Speaker, those people were landless, just like the same way my people of Lamu have continued to be landless. Madam Speaker, it is during this time that after the Kenyatta government came in place, that a settlement scheme called Lake Kenyatta, measuring 34,000 acres, 137, was set in place. Madam Speaker, naturally, you would expect that people from the area would also be incorporated into the land. But when the time we measure, Madam Speaker, I don't know, is my maiden speech, should I be worried about the bell?
Honorable Mudhoni, that is just a warning. When you see the amber, you have a minute, but I will give you a few more to finish.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, because